from the team called the Morning Steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it. The Morning Steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. Know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. I got it going there. Look at this. Thank you to Mikey Money for a great new layout here with our show. And man, it looks beautiful here. Morning Steam. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Steam show here on the Sports Money Network. Sorry about the delay. I'm on a sweater here in this morning with the skiing. Man, I'm loving the Olympics here overnight. I'm trying to bring home. Didn't tout it on the air, so I can't get too excited. But I'm trying to bring home a 50-1 shot here. I can't believe actually here with the skiing we just saw. By the way, I'll get to the big story in just a moment. I'm sweating out. Mary Fukada of Japan. I couldn't believe she was 50-1 to win the snowboard slope style. Did have some of the other top competitors here right now, and I'm sweating out some scores coming down, but she does lead here pretty good right now. But just a short time ago here at the Olympic Games, a big story here is Michaela Schifrin skis to Olympic redemption with a victory in the slalom here today. Schifrin, the superstar from the United States, and really spent the last two Olympics trying to turn herself into the most successful alpine skier of all time, and she's racked up more World Cup wins than anyone in history. But when it comes to the Olympics, she had always kind of fallen a little bit short anyway. But earlier, just a short time ago, the 30-year-old exploded with the slalom performance for the ages and won the gold medal there in the slalom here for the United States, and a great win for Michaela Schifrin here just a short time ago at the Olympic Games. It is the headline story tonight. Certainly will be the featured attraction here in prime time with tonight's Olympic programming. I hit a plus 650 earlier in men's slope style with Yiming Su of China. I'm really loving the winter games here this morning for sure. And we have more action here today. We've also seen so far today a tiny bit of an upset. Not sure why it was an upset. Slovakia was an underdog against Germany. They're the team that had the bye following yesterday's games. Yesterday they had Germany defeating France 5-1. They come in and they're a favorite this morning against Slovakia, but Slovakia wasn't having anything of it. Slovakia got the win in our first quarterfinal already here today, and we're just an hour or so away from Canada and Czechia. Now, a little bit of a bigger spread there in that one with the Canadians, but nonetheless, they'll get their chance to advance in the quarterfinals, followed by Finland and Switzerland as well. Switzerland yesterday with a 3-0 win with 2 power play goals there. And we'll see. That one is another pretty closely rated game there with Finland and Switzerland. Finland minus 250 total, mostly 5, maybe 5 flat. There in that one. And then finally at 3:10 Eastern, 12:10 Pacific, we will have United States and Sweden. Make sure you're joining us here on the Sports Money Network today. We're expecting live coverage from Mikey and folks here today at 3:10 Eastern, 12:10 Pacific, live companion stream coverage, United States and Sweden. Sweden, of course, got the win yesterday over Latvia with Kempe and Landeskog power play goals in that one to advance here. The U.S. minus 265 and the total 6/15. It feels like right now here with our Olympics quarterfinal action here in the men's hockey tournament today, and great action here this weekend with the hockey as well. We've already seen other results here today, and right now, like I said, I'm sweating out this slope style here event right now. Looking pretty good, actually. A 50-1 shot with a pretty comfortable lead there at the Olympic Games. Come on, let's go. All right, I want to say hello to everyone and welcome to the Morning Steam Show with our new layout here. Really excited about it, and get ready for our sports betting day. We're going to preview, I think, about 7 or 8 games on the college basketball card. We're not quite ready to resume action yet in the NBA, but we will tomorrow. NBA will be back, so we'll have a little bit of a longer show, maybe not as long today, but we'll preview some college basketball here with some hot games. Hey, how about some hot games yesterday? We were getting hot, weren't we? With UCLA, first of all, just make fun of Coach Mick. Look, Coach Cronin had a meltdown there yesterday. Really a bad look for Coach Cronin again. I mean, talking down to this reporter like he's some great Greek god or something. Reporter, are you raising your voice at me? I will raise my voice at you, chump. Come on. UCLA is in no better hands with this guy than any of the previous coaches. Cronin, he's not going to be a winning coach no matter how you look at it. He's never going to be able to get over the top with his bullying style. That's what he does to his players as well. Anybody who's familiar with the UCLA organization knows how he runs this ship. It's Cronin's way or the highway. You saw him even send his own player to the locker room yesterday. A really, really quality person too. Sure, was it a bad foul? Yeah, probably shouldn't have, hung on the guy a little bit, knocked him over. Cronin, little midget Cronin having a meltdown on the sidelines. Embarrassing a kid who really is a really, really good standout kid. Look, I know it's weird. I mean, that young man is actually, I believe, still enrolled at Michigan State, even though he plays for UCLA. I don't know all the factors that go into that, but he'd been a player who wanted to play at Michigan State, and he had his emotions riding high there. And I'm glad UCLA's lost consecutive games by 20 points for the first time since 1945. Kansas State may have fired their coach, and Cronin's not going to get fired. The Bruins are having too much success, but they're never going to go anywhere with this guy. He's a total freak out there. He thinks it's all about him, and it's not. And UCLA should do the right thing and get rid of Mick Cronin before he really goes nuclear on somebody and embarrasses the UCLA and their great basketball tradition, because he is a joke right now. And Michigan State won the game by 23 points there yesterday. The Bruins, they can't win out of LA either. They can't even travel past one time zone and get a win. So, Mick Cronin, this one's for you, you moron. Michigan beat Purdue 91-80 yesterday in the featured game there for number one. Michigan, they took over the top spot this week. They've won 11 in a row. I don't know. There's a lot of good teams, but the list looks like it's getting shorter of teams that actually can win a national championship. Michigan looked really good. They led by 20 late in the first half, went on to win there yesterday in the game against Purdue. So they routed in that one. North Carolina State did beat North Carolina, of course, so the Heels were without their top two scorers. Yeah, we had North Carolina State here on the morning steam yesterday as our pick, as the Wolfpack took care of business. North Carolina was 5 for 33 from three-point range. You know, you could say that I even tried to sell it a little bit, right? Hey, Carolina's still going to have some players out there, but no one that could shoot. It was State's biggest win over North Carolina since 1962 in the blowout win there yesterday. A good one with Villanova and Xavier yesterday, with Villanova winning it in overtime, 92-89. Villanova forced a bunch of turnovers or they wouldn't have won, but the Wildcats have won 6 in a row right now and are 12-3 in the Big East. They're having a pretty good season. Villanova, watch out for them a little bit. Come NCAA tournament time, maybe they can get on a little bit of a roll and get to the Sweet 16 with the way they're going. Xavier's lost 6 of 8, even though their last 2 were in overtime. Hey, how about Iowa taking care of business there over Nebraska yesterday, 57-52. I think I was talking over here yesterday on the show, but Nebraska's lost 4 of 6 after that 20-0 start. Cornhuskers have no bench, and the Hawkeyes had too much height for Nebraska to dominate the boards and put them away there, 57-52. How about the Miami of Ohio Redhawks with the win over UMass, 86-77. The country's only unbeaten team improves to 26-0. Miami really, you know, for that league, they really dominate inside, man. Miami's got a good team at that level to dominate the opponents. There were some upsets yesterday for sure. Rhode Island over St. Louis, handing St. Louis a loss there yesterday. Not only were they 11.5-point dogs in that one, they won it by 5 points. San Jose upset Nevada last night, 87-71. Northern Illinois, an 8.5-point dog, beat Buffalo. My San Diego State team, that's it. They're not going to the NCAA tournament after this loss against Grand Canyon. They're going to have to win the conference tournament to go. They're not going to get an at-large bid. They were probably already on the last 4 out list according to a lot of the bracketology, and after losing to Grand Canyon at home, San Diego State, I talked up Magoon Guath, but he was non-existent really in the first almost all game, really couldn't even find a basket. So that's off to Grand Canyon in that upset win. Georgia upset Kentucky 86-78 yesterday. I had the premium on the under there. Premiums weren't great yesterday, but it was Georgia as a 7.5-point dog winning over Kentucky. Also late night, Arizona State with the upset win over Texas Tech. They were 7.5-point dogs. They get the win. Should mention Texas Tech. JT Toppin injured in that game, and that was a game changer. It felt like the complexion of the game. It felt like changed on that. Another major injury in college basketball here, costing the team there a chance at the end. And Arizona State got a big win, celebrated by storming the court there a little bit. And yeah, Kansas State did beat Baylor. They fired the coach, and they came out there with a convincing victory last night by the score of 90-74. There with the win for Kansas State. Some of the action here from Tuesday night. We've got more games to talk about here for Wednesday, and we'll get right to it. I want to hear from you. Say hello to the folks in the chat here as we get ready for our show. And we broke that news yesterday as well about Tony Clark, the MLB Players Association. We have a little bit of inside info on that with our, I've known Clark since he was a kid, really, and, basically a federal probe, not only the bad look there with Clark ended up in a situation with having an affair with his sister-in-law after hiring her as a union lawyer, but also federal probe of possible mishandling of license money in a one-team partner marketing agreement, investigation for taking profits for his own use, from basically $2 billion in profits from the Players Association. So the Union Players Subcommittee demanded Clark's resignation after hearing about that final issue with his personal life, and they'll decide by the end of the week who will be the actual director of the MLB Players Association. Let me say hello to the folks in the chat here today and get the comment. The solution is here today. It's time, and it's going to be time here this weekend with UFC. Let me just talk real quick here. You can catch our show over there at VB MMA Picks for this weekend. Check underneath the live tab. We have our preview for the big card here this Saturday night in Houston with Sean Strickland taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Middleweights here this week in Houston. A good fight here with Strickland, the former champ. He really only loses when he's an underdog, it seems like. And for Hernandez, he's coming in off of a win last August that earned a spot. He's won 8 in a row. A couple of guys basically from California in the main event in Houston this week. And we also previewed Zach Reese and Michelle Pereira, another middleweight bout, and Chidi Njokuani and Carlos Leal. We previewed the welterweight bout. So check out VB MMA Picks. Get ready for our weekend coverage Saturday here on the Sports Money Network. All right. And let's see what else is going on here. I'm still, here comes Marie Fukada. She's getting ready, you guys. I don't know if I can handle it here doing my show. She's about to go. She's winning right now. Just make it down the course, and she's going to be fine here, I think. Does have her teammate there in second place. It's going to be a sweat here on the third run right now. She's about ready to go down the hill. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't crash. Here, wish I was gutsy enough to bet more on the Olympic snow event here at 50-1, but hey, I'm on her a little bit here anyway. Could have a nice little payday in the morning. All right, going through some of the names here, though. I just started with the solution, and there we go. And Nuke is ready to go with our big college basketball card today. Great card here as well. Andrew K. talking about those important hockey games today. MM the Great is here as well. AOD is ready to go here with our coverage right now. And who else? Let's see here. Our Tomps, good morning, ready to go here as well. Nuke has his play in here with Canada. Lay 2.5 with Canada, and the lay 1.5 with the U.S. for a $2 payout on that one. Woo! And hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel Sports Money here on YouTube. Fastest growing sports betting channel. One more jump for Fukada. Oh, I love this. Oh, she knows she's got it. Oh, 50-1. She's going to win this thing at an upset here at the Olympic Games, I think. All right. Let's see here. Andrew didn't like what their A1K protection firm is here. Steve Leftarian's ready to get back to the NBA this week. Barr is here as well. He likes Creighton and Connecticut game to go over today. Like I said, we'll preview a few games here in just a moment. It looks like she made it through there. Yes. Oh, man. I'm not a snowboarding expert. I just like to read a lot of stories. I can't believe this high flyer is 50 to 1 to win this event. All right, and we're open on the markets as well. Going to be a good day here today. Also, news here from the financial markets. MSG is approving a plan to explore spinoffs to separate the Knicks and the Rangers from the MSG properties here this morning. Okay, let's get moving here. I think I've got enough other coverage, but man, we've got our college basketball, and I don't want to keep you too long here today. But it's been an exciting day with the Olympics here so far. All right, let's get going here with our previews today. Like I said, we just have the college games here, so let's get to it and see what you guys have here today in college basketball. And I feel so excited with this new layout. I hope it's okay for everyone and not too. I love it, Mikey. Thank you. All right, we're going to get started, though, here in some college basketball. Maybe I need to update my colors a little bit there, too. And get going with our previews here this morning. We got Clemson taking on Wake Forest here. ACC action get us started with Clemson favored on the road. We got some steam that's been rolling in here a little bit. Oh, man, I almost want to hit this these steam moves that came in here while we were getting ready for the show. Let me do that real quick and read off a few here because we're not going to have a lot of coverage. San Francisco and Gonzaga took some steam a short time ago on the under here in this one between the Zags and USF. I do make note of that because this has been quite frequently here a high-scoring series when Gonzaga meets USF, but the steams come in on the under here in that game. Man, these two teams, when they face off, they always go over, but the steams come in on the under here just to make note right now. Man, that does surprise me. It was 149.5. We're seeing that steam come in just a short time ago on the under. The last 7 home games for USF against Gonzaga have all gone over 152 points. And here we're looking at a total that's just gone down. That's the last 7 meetings between Gonzaga at USF. The games at USF have gone over 152, but this total's down to 147 here today with Gonzaga and San Francisco. Steam came in on the under there. Also, a more West Coast conference with St. Mary's and Seattle. We had a steam move here to the under as well. Now, that's more like it. These two teams definitely go under. I'm talking about St. Mary's and Seattle. Steam came in on the under here in this one. It was 130. It opened as high as 137.5. Even opened 138 at Bovada. But right now, this thing's down to 133.5. That's probably more like it there with St. Mary's and Seattle steam to the under. North Dakota State and South Dakota State did see some steam here to the under in this one with NDSU and the other SDSU. Steam to the under there. It was 147.5. We're seeing this one go down here right now too. 145.5. That was a short time ago. These are a little bit stale right now, but these are as I was just coming on, sweating out the snowboarding here. Also, Gonzaga did get steamed. I did mention the line there in that game. I was talking about the total, but it also Gonzaga's up to a 15-point favorite. It was 13.5. Gonzaga got steamed as well against USF. So steamed to both Gonzaga and the under in that WCC game. Okay. I think I'm ready. Let me see. I got one more here. Looks like U of A. Okay. Let me see here. U of A got steamed from 11.5. This one's in the preview, so I won't get too into it right now, but up to 12.5 right now with Arizona got steamed in their game against BYU. It's a pretty good game today in the Big 12. We'll talk about that one also. North Carolina Central and South Carolina State steamed to the over there. It was 140, and that one went higher. That one's at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, and that one got steamed up to it's only 140.5 here. Also seeing some movement here right now with Maryland and Northwestern. I don't think it's official yet, but ours is seeing some movement there. Okay, let's go to the previews here a little bit. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on the show. All right, and there's Stacks in the chat. He's like Clemson in this first one here. Bars on the over. I got to get to my preview of the game here too, don't we? Twisted here's got his plays. Let's flash them up there, I think, on the screen. Those are the plays from today, I think. Yeah, there it is. Thank you to Twisted. All right, let me get to talking about it, though, here right now with our coverage. The 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific games here with Clemson on the road. The losers of 2 straight coming in. Wake Forest has won 2 straight coming in. Wake Forest with wins over Stanford and Georgia Tech. They covered them both. They beat Stanford by 5, laying 4.5, and then before that they beat Georgia Tech by 16 as a 3.5-point favorite. But Wake Forest is just 5-11 against the spread so far this season at home. Meanwhile, Clemson's 9-2 against the spread on the road. Clemson loves it on the road. Wake doesn't love it at home. So what's going to happen here when they meet today at Wake Forest here? I want to hear from you in the chat. Wake Forest has been a big time over when they've been an underdog. They're 8-2 to the over as a dog. They're also 10-6 to the over at home. Meanwhile, Clemson, they're 9-14 to the over as a favorite. So I don't know. This one is Clemson covers the spread and goes under. Wake Forest doesn't cover the spread, but they go over. Which do we choose? Do we mix and match here? Or do we just think it's going to be one way or the other, no matter who comes out on top? And is that how to play it? Clemson has covered 9 of the last 13 meetings against Wake Forest overall. They've won 16 out of 20 against the Deacs. Wake Forest has gone over in 8 of their last 11, very similar to what we were just talking about here, but Clemson is under in 5 of their last 6. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I'm going to take Clemson to handle the business here on the road against Wake today. Give me the Tigers. They're the team that's battling it out right now with Duke, no matter how good Duke has been. You look at the standings here currently in the ACC, and Clemson still is just 1 game back in the loss column. Duke's 13-1, Clemson's 10-2, so technically 2 games back here in the standings right now, but I'll take Clemson to keep it going. Wake Forest is 4-8 so far here in the ACC. Right now, you look at the bracketology here for Wake Forest, and the teams in the ACC, it cuts off a little bit before that. I don't think Wake Forest is going to the NCAA tournament here this season without a miracle in the tournament. So I'll take Clemson here to roll in this one. Let's see what we got here in the chat. And Andrew K was talking Miami there from yesterday. Let's see. Var was on the over. Hope I didn't miss any here. There's MJ in the chat as well. And Twisted says the number looks close, actually, but he'll take Clemson here. Clemson money line and under for 9 Legacy. Let's see here. Robert on Clemson as well. It's a tough game, no doubt. But good to see you guys there in the chat. All right. I'm going to take the Tigers here. Robert also liking the over there as I asked the question of you guys, right? If although, like I said, I thought if Clemson went, like I said, if Clemson, they're covering, but they're an under team. Wake Forest isn't covering, but they're an over team. So Robert's got intersecting zeros or something like that. I don't know if it's correlated at all. I just mentioned those are kind of the way the trends of going there. All right, you got to dodge one more here as Marassi is going down the course here. I don't. It would take a superstar run. She is really one of the big favorites here. So this is kind of the last sweat here right now, but it would take a off the chain run here by Marassi to pass up my skier here. I'm pretty sure in this. It's tough, we don't watch every circuit here, but all right. I think that'll do it for that one. Let's continue our move on here with our games today. And next up, Arkansas is taking on Alabama. SEC action here tonight in a good one with the Hogs on the road as a dog here, taking on the Crimson Tide. And Alabama is going to be a favorite in this one by 4. Total 182 here. It's higher than that, I think, actually, right now. Hopefully Marassi just celebrating a medal here. She is a strong run. I'm sweating here right now. Okay, let's talk about it, though, with top 25 teams here with Arkansas, 4.5-point dog. I'm going to update the line here a little bit. 4.5 and call it 183.5 right now in this one with Alabama. This is one of the highest totals of the season here coming into this game. So see how you guys have it here with these two. Arkansas coming in here 19-6 overall. Alabama's 18-7. Alabama's won 4 in a row here right now. Wins over Texas A&M, Auburn, Ole Miss, and South Carolina. But Alabama's just 5-11 against the spread at home. Meanwhile, for Arkansas here, they're 17-8 against the spread right now. Arkansas's won 3 straight over Mississippi, LSU, and Auburn. They've covered the spread in all 3 of those games coming in. They're 6-3 against the spread on the road. Coming into this one. Waiting on these scores, man. The judges are scoring it. Arkansas's won 6 of their last 7 and covered 4 of their last 5. Arkansas has gone 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against Alabama. Alabama's won 5 of 6 and have gone just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games at home. Alabama's just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games when playing at home against Arkansas. So let's see what you have here in this one between Alabama and Arkansas here today. Go to the chat here with these two. The teams did meet last year here at let's see, last year's meeting was at Arkansas 85-81 in favor of Alabama. Okay, I'm hanging on here. All right. Woo! Okay. By 2 points. Sorry about the getting away from the score, away from the show here. Sweating out this 50-1 shot in this ski event. Sorry, gang. Okay. Let's get to what you guys have in this one, then I'll get to my pick. VAR is on Arkansas here. Also, Stacks is on Arkansas as well. And look at great point by Andrew, right? You're riding with Coach Cal. He's putting money in your pocket, right? 17-8 ATS. I mean, that's what you look for, right? Early on, you got teams you want to ride with. Bobby Mack on Arkansas here, plus the points as well. Everybody's on Arkansas. Maybe I should go to the total because I kind of like Arkansas here as well. Twisted says Alabama could get their shooting going, but here's 9 Legacy on Alabama. Here's our Tomps on Alabama as well. So Alabama's kind of coming back in the chat here, it feels like right now. And look, on the over with these two should be a super fast NBA score. There's no doubt. I mean, look, this total, you see where it is right now and how high it is, right? But I kind of want to go over under in the game. I mean, look, I could get burned here in the end, but I kind of want to take the under with these two. I know it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, in the 160s. I mean, I'll probably be sweating it out right to the end, and maybe it'll finish just short here. But let's see here. Twisted, Alabama lean to the over. Nukes on Alabama as well. Man, all right. I'll go with Arkansas here as my pick on the show since there was some comeback on Alabama there. I thought it was going to be overwhelming at first with Arkansas, and that's what I liked. So I'm going to take Arkansas plus the points. Or Dimitri does say over, over, over. Twisted says after yesterday he's going to lay off the totals a little bit. That's how I really feel about it too, because I want to go under in this game with Alabama and Arkansas here. But I'm going to take Arkansas here plus the points. Like I said, I'm with Coach Cal. I think I'm with Coach Cal. I think Coach Cal bringing me the money. That's what I'm going to do. I will just say this. So, when I see Arkansas, I mean, they really when they play good teams, it usually doesn't go over. I know the numbers point to this big time over here right now. Alabama is 14-11 to the over, but they're just 7-9 to the under at home. Arkansas is 2-7 to the under on the road. Talking about the Hogs here, that's a pretty, they've gone under in 4 of their last 5. I don't think that's as significant, but still 2-7 to the under on the road for Arkansas. They're also under in 7 of their last 10. I know it's a big number. It's going to be a sweat all the way, but I don't know if we'll see this thing going up to 190 or 200 points. Maybe it does. It's obviously going to be a sweat if it stays under there, but I'm going to go with Arkansas. All right. Andrew loves watching the snowboarders going crazy out there. Okay, let's keep it moving. The New Zealander there, she moves into second place. But it is going to be gold for my 50-1 shot there. There they are, the 1, 2, and 3 bibs. So we're all done, really, for the most part. I don't even know if there's any left. All right. I'm having a great day already here. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now in the SEC, and we're talking Oklahoma and Tennessee here today with the Vols here, a double-digit favorite, although we did see that steam. I got to update that. That steam definitely came in here. Just to reiterate, I know I'm taking a bow here for a play I didn't make on the air, but I did want to point out could have been had 50-1 shot here to win this event. And, she's basically wearing bib number 2. So, look, I'm not proclaiming to be a snowboarding expert, but I see a top 3, someone who is definitely a highly ranked snowboarder, and they were 50-1 in this competition. Okay, Oklahoma here. Let me update this line. I think it's 10. Yeah, 10 and 149.5 right now. So a little bit of a move here on Oklahoma this morning. There we go. With Oklahoma here, they're just 13-12. Tennessee comes in 18-7, but a little bit of a move to the Sooners here. After all, the Sooners have won 2 in a row and covered wins over Vanderbilt on the road as an 11-point dog, a very similar spread to this one. And then they came home and they beat Georgia 94-78, blew them out. For UT here, they did not cover in their last game, a 10-point win over LSU, but they covered against Mississippi State. Before that, they lost to UK, but they had wins and covers over Auburn and Ole Miss. These two teams are not great at covering the spread. In fact, Oklahoma is just 3-8 against the spread on the road, 4-8 against the spread as a dog. Tennessee is 10-15 against the spread overall, 7-10 against the spread as a home favorite. So not the best roll for them either. Here in this one, the steam actually came in on the under in this game. Let me hear from you. Tennessee is 10-7 to the over at home as a favorite, and Oklahoma 5-7 to the under as an underdog. Let's hear from you in the chat in this one with Oklahoma taking on Tennessee in SEC action here today. We're currently in the SEC standings, of course. Florida 11-2 right now. Arkansas 9-3. You got Vandy 8-4, Alabama 8-4, Tennessee 8-4, Texas 8-5. So really, just those feels like those top two right now. Florida just trying to hang on. Well, I say trying to hang on. They're actually pulling away a little bit. Hey, Temple just got steamed in their matchup against UAB. Temple here was about a pick, but right now Temple's moved to at least a 1.5 point favorite. Steam in here on Temple here on the morning steam. All right, we're getting ready for your plays here in this one with Oklahoma and Tennessee here in Knoxville. Oklahoma's lost 9 of their last 11. Very uncharacteristic right now. They've gone just 1-5 in their last 6 games on the road. Tennessee, meanwhile, here 13-1 at home straight up this year. They're 6-1 in their last 7 games right now. Tennessee's gone under in 4 of its last 5. Oklahoma's gone over in 5 of their last 7 games overall. Let's see what you have in the chat in this one. Oklahoma and Tennessee. Just mentioned that Alabama game, and I took Arkansas, right? We just had the preview. Alabama is getting steamed right now, just after we talked about it. Is that you guys in the chat fading me, taking Alabama? And all those guys in the chat, it started Arkansas was all the early commenters, and then the Alabama commenters came in. Maybe they were fading the early chatters. This one here right now has just moved. Alabama here right now up to a 5-point favorite at circa. So they've moved at least a point there from when we were just talking about it. Alabama just got steamed in the game against Arkansas. Wow. What timing here on the Morning Steam show. Like I said, for anybody new joining us, it's not giving out picks. The Steam isn't a pick necessarily, but it is actionable betting information. We're not making it up. You can look at your app right now and see that in almost virtual real time here, we're talking about the line moves here this morning, and that's what we do here on the Morning Steam. Let's get the comments in this one with Oklahoma and Tennessee. There's Dimitri's on Oklahoma and also BYU. Stacks here, Oklahoma. R. Thompson is on the under 9 legacy, likes Oklahoma here as well. Hello to Tex Styles in the chat. I saw, oh man, what did Tex tweeted something? Oh man, I wanted to mention it actually. If I saw Tex, he had a very poignant tweet last night, I think. Did you, Tex? Oh man, now I'm trying to remember. Here's Bobby Mack on the balls. The solution. Talking about that other game there, yeah. Bobby Mack on the under here, and Nuke is on Tennessee here in this one. All right, man, I want to give Oklahoma a chance here, but I'm worried. Give me the under here in this one with Oklahoma and Tennessee. I don't know about covering double digits right now, but Oklahoma's been pretty weak here, so I'll take the under in this one. That one might be. I might have gotten cold feet there a little bit. All right, we got a few more here in the SEC today. It's a lot of good games here with the some of these. The bubble's going to be interesting this year. Here's one real quick here. Here's some steam coming out right now. More SEC action with Ole Miss. Just got steamed in their matchup here with Texas A&M. So it's an all SEC morning here. Ole Miss is taking the steam right now. They were a 10-point underdog, but seeing the steam come in right now, and wow, it's down to 8.5 right now. Texas A&M has been covering some numbers here, and Ole Miss not so much there. And when those two teams meet, man, it never goes as high as this 154. But obviously with Ole Miss and Texas A&M, we've seen both teams produce a few overs, but when they play each other, it never goes to 154. Anyway, the steam's coming in on Ole Miss. We're not previewing that one, but we kind of almost just did there. And steam coming in here on Ole Miss right now, down to 8.5. Okay, let's keep going here right now with this one with Vanderbilt and Missouri. I don't want to go too fast. We're going to be out of games here, but we'll be back with our NBA tomorrow. And hey, we got more steam to talk about right now with Missouri State. Just took some steam here real quick. Missouri State against Kennesaw today. Missouri State was a 2-point favorite, and they're moving a little bit higher here right now on the morning steam show. And we're seeing them move up to 3 or so right now. Missouri State takes the steam against Kennesaw. All right, and we're on the area freestyle aerials here. Talk about getting some big air here, right? All right, let me get going with this one here with Vanderbilt and Missouri. I know I'm all over the place today, but hey, when we're talking about the different sports here, no, hey, I didn't even talk about the Champions League today with 4 more big knockout first stage anyway, with the Newcastle and Karabag, Leverkusen, and Olympiacos. Inter Milan and Bodo Glimt and Atletico Madrid and Club Brugge today in the Champions League. Probably should have saved some time for that one, for those games. All right, Vanderbilt and Missouri here in this one. Oh, man, the steam's rolling in here. How about one more before we get to this game? Northwestern taking the steam here right now in their matchup with Maryland. Northwestern was an 8-point favorite or so at home, but right now they're taking the steam and they're up to 9 here, maybe going higher with Northwestern taking the steam at home against Maryland. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now with Vanderbilt and Missouri. We're going to get to this one eventually. 16th ranked or 19th ranked Vanderbilt coming in here off of a couple of wins here with victories over Auburn and Texas A&M. They covered them both. Vanderbilt 12-6 against the spread as a favorite, 7-3 against the spread on the road. Missouri's failed to cover in 7 of their last 10 games coming in. They're just 10-15 against the spread overall, and just 6-10 against the spread at home are the Missouri Tigers. Missouri just 3-6 to the under as an underdog. Vanderbilt's gone under in 8 of their last 10 games. They've gone under in 7 of their last, or they're under in 11 of 18 games as a favorite. Right now, as we speak, that move that you heard just moments ago is Missouri. They are getting steamed right this second, just as we were talking about it. Amazing. I know the guys over there at Don Best are listening, so maybe they did it on purpose. They wouldn't do it on purpose. It's not fake here, but right now, Missouri is getting steamed as we speak. Take a look at your apps right now. This game is obviously down to 3 right this second here on the morning steam. No doubt about it. We got to update the line on the screen. I'm showing 3 at Circa, 3 at Bet Online. This is live sports betting, actionable betting information here. Moving this total here also up 0.5 point to 153.5. Takes away from my play a little bit here because I wanted to take Missouri in this one at home against Vandy. Vandy's been good, but this is going to be a tough game for them, I think, here today. They've been a good cover, no doubt about it. Teams have not yet played this year. Vandy won at home last year, but Missouri won at home here 75-66 last season. My pick is on Missouri here. They just took the steam seconds ago here on the show, and they're getting 3. Let's go to the chat in this matchup and see what you've got. Here we go. We're going to start with Nuke. He's on the balls here. Oops, that was the last game. Sorry about that. I'm looking for the one. Okay, there we go. Twisted on the under there, I think. Oh, okay, that's the band. Sorry, guys. There we go. Yeah, gotcha, Twisted. Thank you. Robert's on the under here as well. And Andrew's ready for that Canada Czechia game. We'll get a preview here probably at the end of the show in just a moment. R. Thompson's on the under here. Robert's on Missouri. Justin's on Missouri. And yeah, we've missed that 4. You guys hopefully already on it. Stacks has probably got that 4.5 going already. So I'll take the dog here in this one with Missouri. They just got hit right as we were talking about it. Wow. And here's more steam coming in. UAB and Temple, we already talked about the steam that came in on Temple. Now here comes the steam on the under. I was talking about the under on a show last night there, and it was 146 moments ago. But right now the steam just came in on the under in UAB and Temple here, and this one is down to 144. 2-point move to the under here in real time on the Morning Steam show. All right, man, we're running out of games here. Let's keep it going, though. We're going to the Big 12 next with that game that I just talked about with BYU and Arizona here just moments ago. Arizona, like we said, got steamed from 11.5 up to looks like 12.5. Here right now, the total is down here to 164.5 here with this one. Make sure that, 164.5. There we go with BYU and Arizona here. Arizona's lost 2 straight games right now with losses to Kansas and to Texas Tech. More steam in the SEC here real quick. The steam machine is hot today. We just talked about that Memphis and Texas A&M game. And remember I said that those teams are very solid unders when it comes to Mississippi and Texas A&M. These teams always go under, it seems like, when facing off against one another. And here comes the steam on the under in this game, Mississippi and Texas A&M just seconds ago. Steam comes in here on the under. It was 154.5 with Mississippi and Texas A&M, and right now it has gone lower here to 152.5. So steam to the under there. The two teams have been going over this season for the most part. Both teams kind of trend over. It's just that when the two teams face each other, it always seems to go under. In fact, in their last 11 meetings between Mississippi and Texas A&M, every game has been 151 points or lower. That's 11 straight meetings between those two have gone under 151 points. Now, just got steamed from 154 down to 152.5. And if you look at the two teams in general, they are trending over this year, but the last 11 meetings have not been higher than the current total. Also, some steam just came in. Another one here with in the SEC again. Auburn and Mississippi State. Again, here's another one where these two teams always go under against one another. It was 155, and now all of a sudden, here we go. Steam to the under here with Auburn and Mississippi State. This one was 155, and we're seeing it go lower here right now to 152.5 between Auburn and Mississippi State. Like I said, I only mention that one because it's another one here where the last 8 meetings between Auburn and Mississippi State have all been under 154 points. Now it's down to 152.5. I will mention that, but still, no doubt, these two teams constant under the last 8 meetings all were 154 points or lower. It has dipped just below that threshold right now with this steam to the under, but before that move, you could say that these two do not go over when playing one another. Hopefully, I made that clear. All right, but I'm on BYU and U of A. Sorry, you guys. Just a lot of great action here. And hey, on a day like today, we want to hit up on all these games, don't we? All right, here we go with BYU. They've consecutive wins here over Colorado and Baylor, although they didn't cover against Colorado. BYU's been a dreadful cover here of late. They're just 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games. Now, the big news here is Arizona's superstar freshman, Koa Pete. He's going to miss this game, and that's big news because when you got to defend a guy like AJ DeBansa, that's going to make it pretty tough. Arizona is 12-9 against the spread, but Pete is out. There's no doubt about it. And also, Aristode is also out here for Arizona. Now, we know we've lost Richie Saunders here as well for BYU, an 18-point per game scorer with a torn ACL, and they're missing other players here too, including Xavier Staten. He's out of this game. Brody Kozlowski, he's out of this game as well. So there's some missing parts here for both teams actually in this game. So let's see what you have here. The widely reported steam is on the over in this one. BYU is 6-3 to the over on the road. Let's go to the chat here. These teams met back on January 26th. Arizona won it at Provo, 86-83. But again, missing a big star. BYU's been tailing off here of late. Let's go to the chat. Very interesting game and situation with these two. All right. Let's see what we got here with this one. Justin's ready to go for the NBA right now. Okay, bars on BYU. Twisted may just have to lay off a little bit. R. Thompson's on BYU. And let's see here. Robert's on the over here in this one. Justin likes Arizona still. All right, I think that's going to do it there in the chat. I'm going to take the under in this one with BYU and Arizona. Give me the under here with these two. At one, it already has down to 164.5. Like I said, the thing about it is I think the steam actually came in on the over in this game. So if you like the steam, you're getting a bit of a discount. This one was as high as 166.5 at Circa, the opener anyway, and it opened 165 at Bovada. But I'm going to go with the under here in this one. All right, a couple more here. What a morning we're having here. Okay, Illinois at USC tonight with the hot Illini here. Well, they were hot. They did lose 2 in a row, but they did bounce back. Remember that both of them were in overtime. Those were really good games. Granted, the Wisconsin game, they were favored and lost at home, but they did bounce back from both those overtime games to beat Indiana by 20 at home as a 9-point favorite here. Illinois has been pretty solid. ATS here right now, 16-10. ATS overall, 11-7. ATS is a favorite, but USC is 6-2 against the spread as an underdog. Here's a steam move coming in the background here real quick. I'm going to pass this one along as well. This one's on Duquesne in their game against LaSalle. Duquesne was a 10.5-point favorite. Steam just came in here on the Dukes. And Duquesne right now is up to an 11.5-point favorite here. About a point move there. Duquesne taking the steam right now against LaSalle. All right, for USC, though, like I said, 6-2. For SC against the spread as an underdog here. Look, they've been pretty good. Arenas has been a real strong player form so far. USC's been coming on here, of late. USC was on a 3-game winning streak. They did just lose to Ohio State in their last game. I guess USC's actually been off for a week. They didn't play over the weekend here. So they're a little bit rested coming in here anyway. USC 7-7 in conference play. Illinois is 2.5 games behind Michigan right now, so pressure's on them to if they're going to catch them at all. But like I said, those 2 losses were costly to Michigan State and Wisconsin. For Illinois here, they are 4-6 to the under on the road. USC, however, 8-5 to the over at home. We'll go to the chat here in this one with Illinois taking on SC here tonight. USC at home so far 9-3 straight up, and they've 9-3 straight up at home, but just 3-5 straight up as an underdog. Illinois comes in here having covered 12 of the last 18 games, but USC's covered 7 of their last 10 overall. USC's gone over in 4 of their last 5 coming into this one. Man, Illinois has been hot, but I think USC, too many points for me. I got to take USC here in this one, plus the points. Like I said, 6-2 against the spread as an underdog here. I want to take USC tonight at home. Let's see what you've got in the chat here with this one. Twisted like Seattle and USC. I think at home, 9 Legacy took BYU in that game against Arizona. Dimitri there, I think he's taken Jacksonville against Gulf Coast today. 9 Legacy took Vandy in the game. Here's Robert on the under here in this one with Illinois and USC. And Andrew says it'll be similar to Arizona last night. I will contend that the injury last night to JT Toppin was a major factor in that game. I believe Texas Tech, now that it was a 5-point game? I believe that he is good enough for even the 5 points there, even if he missed the left the game in the middle of the game. I think it was a major factor there in that game. There's VAR on the over. Hey, we got a steam play here real quick on a game on the extra board with West Georgia and Eastern Kentucky. Some steam to the under here. It was 156, but look at this one. West Georgia and Eastern Kentucky got hit. It was already going down a little bit, but it's all the way down to 154 here right now. West Georgia, Eastern Kentucky, steam to the under. All right, I'm on SC. Oh, we got more steam coming your way, and it's in a pretty good game here. Kansas is taking the steam here against Oklahoma State. Man, I was almost going to put this one in the preview here, but Kansas, it's going to be tough on the road, but they're getting steamed right now. It was 5.5, but they're up to 6.5 right now. Tough to go play at Gallagher-Iber Arena, but right now the steam's coming in on Kansas on the road against Oklahoma State. Man, I didn't have that one in the preview here, but that probably could have been a good game to preview there with that one. I was on a show last night, and I was talking about the over as my favorite play in that game, but man, Kansas just got steamed. All right, one more, and then we're going to get on out of here. Thank you, everybody. Short show here, and we got that hockey game coming up in just a few moments here, about 10 minutes away between Canada and Czechia here in this one. Let me know what you think in the chat as well here. If you've got a prediction, saw Nuke coming in here talking Canada, but can they we got more steam. Wow. Hey, it's in this game. Amazing. You guys, I'm not making this up. I know they're watching. All right, Boise and Utah State. Utah State is taking the steam right this second, you guys. I'm not kidding you.
Steam play.
And just seconds ago, steam right now under Illinois and USC. Now, I don't know if I agree with this one, but the steam is coming in on the under in our two games that we just previewed. Man, you'd think I'm making this stuff up. Illinois and USC getting hit right now to the under. It was 152. I think that we showed on screen maybe 151.5. But the steam's coming in right now on this one. It's down to 150. Right now, Illinois and USC down to 150 right now as we speak. And this one's getting steamed up to 10.5 here. Not a big move, but definitely they alerted us right now. And we could see this one go to 11. I'm going to update it on the screen right now at 10.5. Hey, I'm previewing the Mountain West a little bit here after San Diego State blew it there last night. And they're going to need a miracle here now, because they did not look good in that game. So Utah State leads. They're 12-2. San Diego State's now 12-3. So they're going to be a pretty big favorite here against Boise. Boise comes in 7-7 right now in conference play. They're 15-10 overall. Utah State, one of the toughest gyms to play in. Of course, Coach Cronin would probably say it's a non-existent home crowd, but he's not playing in this game. Okay, Utah State comes in here pretty hot right now. They're on a definite roll. They've won 7 straight, although just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. Boise 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 meetings with Utah State. They've actually lost 6 of the last 7 to them. But like I said, Utah State, not a great cover necessarily. They're 4-8 against the spread at home, usually laying too many points, and they're laying a big number here. Here's a steam play in the background here with Northern Iowa and Indiana State. Steam to the under here in this one. Now, these two teams are going under quite a bit this year. I'm talking about Northern Iowa and Indiana State here real quick, if I may. But just to note, Indiana State, though, they are a big-time over here right now in a lot of these scenarios here at home against a conference opponent like Northern Iowa. Man, they go over a lot. I don't know about this steam move to the under here. I know both these teams are going under, but when these two teams play, we've usually seen some pretty high scores. Northern Iowa and Indiana State, that steam just came in on the under here in that one. Okay, let me get back to this one. The show's going to be over. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. And hey, if you're new here, you'd think we got a cool layout. We do. All right, gang, bear with me here. Okay, just having a little bit of technical issue here, trying to get to our stats here. There we go. All right. Now, these two teams, Boise's on a big-time roll here when it comes to the over-under. They've gone over in 10 straight games here right now. So, look, it might be tough. The Sharps are definitely going under here, it feels like, but this could be tough to ignore. It is 153 right now, and maybe moving just a little bit lower here. Can Boise State keep up? Like I said, they've gone over in 10 straight, but Utah has gone under in 9 of their last 13 games here right now. Boise's a decent cover, 5-3 against the spread on the road. These two teams did meet back in January. Boise got the money in that game Utah State got the money 93-68 in a blowout at Boise. So what's going to happen here with Utah State and Boise? Boise's had a good year, but Utah State is on fire this season. Okay, here we go with your comments. Let's see here. Kansas and over for 9 Legacy. Stacks went over in the SC. Here's Boise State plus 10 for Bar. Stacks is on. Boise here. Twisted says it gets to the 150s. R. Thompson's on Boise. Bobby Mack's on Boise. Hey, Jerry Davis. Nice to see you here in the chat. He was talking about that steam on the UNI game. Robert's on the under here in this one, despite that 10-0 mark. All right, Andrew, don't forget, join us today. We'll have live companion coverage here on the Sports Money Network of the Team USA and Sweden game. I actually have a future on Sweden. I didn't know who they, I didn't know they're going to be up against the U.S. I guess there's always a chance they were going to be. And we know that Sweden is 6-0-2 in their last 8 meetings against the U.S. in the Olympic Games. Okay, Jerry here, Canada and the under in that game coming up. We're just 7 minutes away right now. And here's Robert on the under in this one. Jerry's on Boise in this matchup. This is a tough game for me here. I'm going to hem and haw a little bit and decide between my 2 plays right now, seeing what you guys have in this one. There's been a lot of pressure to the under, but man, I don't know. I see Boise going over here, and I think they might give up a big number here, actually, to Utah State. I'm going to take the parlay, actually. I'm going to take Utah State and the over in this one. I haven't had a parlay in a while on the show. I'm going to parlay it here. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe this is square. I don't know. You guys are so contrarian. All right, there's Dimitri's got a big score there. I'm going to take Utah State and the over to blow out Boise here in this one. Utah State's having a great year. Boise's a fine team, no doubt about it. I'm taking a blowout tonight. All right, I think that's it for the Morning Steam show. Thank you, everybody. Hey, enjoy the hockey game coming up between Canada and Czechia here. Canada facing off here, looking to advance from its top seed position after completing a perfect preliminary round of 10-2. Or with that 10-2 win over France last time out. Canada outscored their opponents 20-3 in the 3 games with McDavid. He leads the entire tournament, actually, with 9 points, but no Morrissey here. Also, Bennett is out, obviously, so the Canadians handled the Czechia in the preliminary round 5-0, though Czechia does have Pasta. They've got Natchez as well. Natchez is tied for the tournament 3rd place in scoring with 7 points in the 4 games that they've played so far. Czechia, of course, advanced to the quarterfinals by beating Denmark 3-2. And in that one, man, can you believe the veteran Cervenka with leading the way with a goal and assist, the 40-year-old captain of Czechia here. But I'm sure that Canada can handle this one. And let's see here. If you guys want to give a play in the chat, you certainly can here. I see him taking the ice here right now. But I'm going to take Canada and the under in this one. Give me the Canadians, and we're going to go under. I think they could pitch a shutout here against them today. I'll let you guys go on that. Let's do the drawing. Let's hear from Mikey. And let's see. Oh, Nuke will be in bed when the late basketball game starts. Not the hockey game, though, Nuke. There he is. Nuke's on it. Canada, USA parlay once again. Thank you. Okay. Jerry says, that's look, Jerry, I don't want to dumb it down. I don't want to say you're dumbing it down for me, but I agree with this a lot. Although there are times, obviously, here I kind of fall in line a little bit when you see a high score, but man, I kind of agree with that one, Jerry. Okay, under in the first period. Thank you to R. Toms. Thank you, everybody. Let's do the drawing so we can get out of here and get to that hockey game. Going to be some great play here. Don't forget, join us today, 3:10 Eastern, noon 10, 12:10 Pacific, for our coverage of today with the United States and Sweden. Let's get the commercial from Mikey from Winnable.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Okay, and I'm watching action here in Doha, Qatar here, and Coco Gauff is getting beat here by Elise Mertens this morning over there in Doha. Good tennis action here, but Gauff is looking a little bit weak here, 5-1 in the first set. Looks like I don't know what the conditions are like there today, but she might be having a little bit of trouble. It's a night match here. Okay, let's do the drawing. Then we see the officials. This one's about ready to go. Here we go. Let's see who wins the drawing today. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here on our new set. And who is going to win the drawing? It's going to be our Tomps gets another month. Yes, our Tomps. Thank you so much for everything. And thank you for being a great chat all-star here. All right, it's going to do it here for, whoa. Gonna have to get used to my layout here with Mikey gave me. Thank you so much again, Mikey. Let me see if I can't. Oh gosh, I got it here. There it is. Boom! He told me it was there. Okay, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow with more Morning Steam. Be back, and we got the NBA tomorrow finally. So we'll have a little bit more to talk about. Don't forget Champions League action today here as well. The first game's up in about 2 hours with Newcastle and Karabag. And really appreciate y'all joining me here for the show today. All right, guys, thanks a lot so much. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.